Hello, Top Fan Rivalry family. Welcome to Wednesday. That's right. Normally you would see DWD, Dirty Water Dispatch, and TFR, but unfortunately, we had a conflict with my co-host, so I'm bringing on another one of my co-hosts that is co-host with me the Around the Diamond segment. Sam will be on any second. He is running on Sam time. If anybody knows what that means, or if anybody knows Sam, they know what that means. This poor guy is probably going to be late to his own funeral. Anyways, tonight we are going to have a great time. Like I said, Sam is running on Sam time, and we're already live. But hey, I'm going to bring Sam on the stage right now. Let him defend himself about that. We got a lot of baseball to talk about. It's going to be a giddy up good time. There he is. Grand Slam Sam is in the house.
Everybody. Hello. I don't need to defend myself from nothing.
I was just telling everybody Sam's running on Sam time.
It's 9:01. You told me 9 o'clock.
I don't need to 9 o'clock is when we go live, baby. Live.
That's okay, when we go live. I had to do this thing. It's called Eat Dinner.
What's that? I haven't had that yet.
Oh, that's not my fault.
It is. I blame you.
I'm sorry, you run on West Coast time. It's 9 o'clock.
I stubbed my toe today. I blame it on you.
It's 9 o'clock on the East Coast. So
it was 91 degrees out today. I blame you.
Oh, poor baby.
Anyways, everybody, if you don't know Grand Slam Sam, Grand Slam Sam is a huge Giants fan. He is the host. I am the co-host of Around the Diamond. And we do that every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. It's a lot of fun. Sam and I usually go back and forth. We'll give you injury reports, updates. We'll give you standings when the season starts. We'll also tell you a little bit about statistics. Sam does a great job putting together a presentation where we can keep track of the stolen bases and the home runs and keep track of year to year how it's rolling. So anyways, we might have another guest or two coming on tonight. We will see. Sam, there might be somebody that you know coming on. It'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in.
It's funny to hear you sing that song.
No, okay, so that is not a Christmas song. That is a holiday. That is a winter holiday song.
Why would I say that?
Because I'm Jewish.
Right. Sam's Jewish and he's singing a Christmas song. Oh, what fun it is to ride.
Holiday song. Jingle bells? Come on. Jingle bells,
awesome.
Jingle bells.
Side note before, and so what you guys are getting is behind the scenes, behind the curtain with Sam and I, because honestly, this is what it's like before we start recording ATD on Saturdays. We just randomly start talking about stuff. So anyways, Sam, news today.
Me also, if you're watching me on screen, I was working in a remote location today. So now that I'm home, I have to set my whole desk back up.
Set it up.
Computer is plugged in so it doesn't die and have Bill yell at me for my computer dying.
Anyways, hey, for everybody that's listening, feel free to put questions or put comments in the comment box. We'll respond to every one of them. Questions. I'll actually put them on camera. So the first thing right here. Hi, everyone. I'll put that on there. Boom, so that everybody can see that. I'll just put that up on the stage right there. Bada bing, bada bang. Anyways, okay, so Sam, big news today. There was a signing today. Did you hear about it?
No.
Mr.
Who signed?
Framber.
Oh, who did he sign with?
He signed with Pittsburgh.
Really?
Yeah, he's going to Pittsburgh. So now you got Framber Valdez, you've got Mitch Keller, and you've got Paul Skeens in that kind of a 1-2-3 punch. Maybe not necessarily in that order, but what are your initial thoughts about that?
Joey Bart, watch out for ball thrown at your chest.
That's okay. That's fair.
I mean, that's really what. No, I mean, look, they have a young pitching rotation out there in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I think bringing in Framber, who is someone didn't sign with the Dodgers.
Wait, someone didn't. That's right, Philip. Yep. Yep. They didn't.
Yeah, no, they have a young pitching staff out there.
That's awesome.
And I think bringing in a guy like Framber kind of gives him a little bit more of a veteran presence. I mean, look, he is an exceptional pitcher. I have nothing from a pitching standpoint. He is unbelievable. Like, but his attitude needs to change. And the thing that worries me about any clubhouse that he goes into right now, this would have been with the Dodgers, this would have been with the Giants, all because there was a lot of talk about Baltimore in the mix. Is the management going to be able to set the expectation of attitude with him and keep that attitude in check?
Truth.
That is my biggest concern, no matter like what with him. If his attitude stays good, great. This could be a match made in heaven until the Pirates decide they're going to trade Paul Skeens for a bunch of youth because they don't want to pay him a boatload of freaking money, which is highly possible because Pittsburgh's ownership is very greedy. And with how good Paul Skeens is, Paul, if you are listening to this, do not take a hometown discount for how good you are. You deserve every penny that you get. So it's great that the Pirates drafted you, and I understand loyalty to a fault, but loyalty does not mean cut your pocket because they drafted you. If they are loyal to you, they should pay you your worth.
Okay. Listen, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that at all. And the question is not on the Pirates side. And I've got some Giants questions for you since you're and something that I read yesterday, since you're a Giants fan. By the way, there's one thing you got to know about Sam that I love about Sam. Sam is a deep Giants fan. His dad went to games at the Polo Ground when they were still the New York Giants. So much love to that. I've had his dad on before. Sam and his dad are top tier people. I mean, they're great, just absolutely great people. But before we get to that, Sam, the Pirates have something that a lot of other teams don't have. Okay. I.e., for right now, Baltimore. I think Baltimore can score with who they've picked up in the offseason, but can they pitch?
Who did they pick
Pittsburgh
up?
Pittsburgh can pitch. I don't know that they can hit.
I mean that will consistently be a factor for them. I don't doubt that whatsoever, because my phone is acting up. It's doing like text to speech, and I'm like, I didn't hit the button. No, the Baltimore has no hitting right now. I mean, not Baltimore. Pittsburgh has zero hitting right now. They have absolutely none. And actually, let me time out. Let me take a step back. Before I stick my foot in my mouth, let me.
Well, Joey Bart, but there's not a lot. I mean, Brandon Lau.
I'm holding it up right now. Now they're in
Ryan Reynolds.
They're in a pretty tough. They're in a tough division. All right, so currently on their active roster, Brian Reynolds is a good, a decent hitter.
Right.
He's hot and cold. If he's hot, can't stop the kid. If he's cold, be prepared for a 2-week drought. Like, it's just going to be what it is. Brandon Lowe is solid. O'Neal Cruz is a stud. Joey Bart, again, hot and cold. Henry Davis.
Okay.
You know, that could get some hitting. That could get some actual at bat opportunities. Kid's going to be great. But this is what I wanted to see. Where'd Ke'Bryan Hayes go?
So Neil Cruz and Brian Reynolds are going to be your guys there.
Ke'Bryan Hayes is shoot. When did he get traded?
Oh, you didn't know that Ke'Bryan Hayes isn't on Pittsburgh anymore?
I completely missed this.
All right, there you go.
Went over my head. When did this happen? Because I have not been paying attention to that guy.
It's been a little bit.
I mean, that I think was like, sorry, that was just dumb. That was dumb. That was so stupid. Why would they trade him? Like, what is going on? This is the problem with the ownership group in Pittsburgh. Like, you have a guy like Ke'Bryan Hayes who could literally be a face of your franchise.
Yeah.
From a hitting perspective. You know, yeah, he might have had a little bit of down, but he was as solid of a third baseman as you could have asked for. And you trade him. And he's young. Kid's 29 years old this year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like he's hit his peak. He's coming out of like the infant years and about to hit the teenage years. You know what I mean? Like, as from a Major League Baseball perspective. So I think that was a dumb move. Wow, I can't believe I have not been paying attention to that.
Well, and he's still got 5 years left on that deal. So Cincinnati's still got 5 years of control with him.
Yeah. So Cincinnati is going to ride that train with Elly De La Cruz all day long.
Yeah.
That left side is just.
Yeah. Yeah.
This year, watch that left side of the infield for the damage that Ke'Bryan Hayes and Elly De La Cruz does. Just watch.
So the other thing that is interesting, Sam, the other thing that is kind of interesting with this is staying in that division real quick before we get over to talk about the Giants and some other things, is what in the world's going on in St. Louis. And you and I will talk about this probably on Around the Diamond this week, but St. Louis is literally dismantling. They got rid of Philip's asking about food. I've
never had Cincinnati style chili, so I couldn't say yay or nay. But I mean, you know, if I'm looking for chili, I'm going to the South. And when I say the South, I mean I'm looking Texas, I'm looking Louisiana, I'm looking like that's where I'm looking for freaking chili.
So we'll be in Cincinnati this year, so I'll have to try some Cincinnati chili and tip my cap to Philip as I do it.
What is Mikey talking about with Donovan?
Oh, so where did Mikey go here?
He put it in X.
What's that?
He put it in X.
Oh, he put it in X.
Oh shoot! Did you see
Donovan's
Did you see David Peralta retired?
I did not see that David Peralta retired, but
David Peralta retired from professional baseball today.
Yeah, so Donovan, so Brandon Donovan got traded from St. Louis, and then they obviously got rid of Nolan Arenado.
Went to Seattle.
Yep. Yeah. Seattle's
okay. Now it makes sense as to why you're saying that they're dismantling. Yeah, I mean St. Louis has got nothing.
Yeah.
Like what?
And Sam's gone.
I had to close the door. St. Louis has absolutely nothing right now. I mean,
no,
you don't have Nolan Arenado anymore. I mean, like who's even like I'm pulling up their 40 right now. Yeah. But like it's probably like if I'm a St. Louis fan, be prepared for a very, 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 very unfortunate season on your side of the ball.
Yep.
Sorry. Let's see.
Yeah, there's not a lot there.
I mean, yeah, they have no one. Like why? Like Dustin.
Whoa! Wait a second. Hold it. Framber Valdez. It just got announced. He is no longer a Pirate. That was a raw deal. It literally just came up. Go into MLB.com right now, Sam, and tell me what you see. It literally, I was just on MLB.com a few minutes ago, and it showed him going to Pittsburgh. Breaking news, everybody. 3 years, 115 mil tickets. Framber Valdez is a Detroit Tiger.
Well, forget everything we just talked about how the Pirates have
good pitch,
a reasonable pitching staff now, because now
I love these live shows.
If you are Detroit, you are loving freaking life right now. If you're a Tigers fan, man, oh freaking man. Yeah, It literally is even it's up on Spot Track. Like Framber Valdez starting pitcher. Like it's there. Now again, he still has to sign the contract. So we've all seen people come out of left field in these situations and throw another number at him, and he's like, okay, I'll take it. But let's just talk about the starting rotation right now let's talk about the starting rotation for the Tigers. You have Tarik Skubal, who's your number one.
Uh-huh.
You got Framber Valdez, who will most likely be your number 2.
Uh-huh.
And then you got Jackson Jobe as your number 3.
No, not yet. He still needs to come back. You have Jack Flaherty. Right. You have Jack Flaherty as your number 3.
And then, I don't know, do you go Drew Anderson?
No. Casey Mize, Reese Olson. And then you also have now you have Framber, so boom.
And you've got Kenley Jansen as your
closer,
your setup man or your closer. Like,
yeah,
the Tigers just made a move to literally put them in a position to be in the ALCS championship, ALCS next year. Like,
yeah,
I would not be surprised just on pitching alone, if they don't make the ALCS.
Yeah,
as long as everyone stays healthy and the Tigers don't do something stupid with Skubal, like trade him away. Like, yeah. And I think now with the Pirates, now that you didn't lock in Framber Valdez, maybe you do look at the possibility of trading Skubal and just getting super freaking young. I mean, that's cool. Skeens. You trade Skeens away, you just pull in a lot of draft bait and some solid young guys and maybe some international cash for him, and you trade him off to a team that will pay him a boatload of freaking money. Because again, as we did talk about, which I'll tell you not to forget, the Pirates organization is stingy on spending money. They don't do it. They don't.
Well, see what Detroit did is they just maybe so there's, and I know nothing, everybody. I'm acting like I know something. I don't know anything. So maybe this is 2 ways to look at it. Maybe they just signed Skubal's replacement, knowing that at the trade deadline they're going to try to move Skubal because he may or may not resign, and they don't want to have another Shohei incident like Anaheim had, where they kept Shohei the whole time and got nothing for him. Or they are thinking that they're going to push themselves, that they're going to push themselves harder, thinking, right? And maybe this will be enough for Skubal to want to sign a contract extension. I don't know.
I mean, they've projected, like right now, their payroll, they're 16th in payroll. They have basically $160 million in payroll right now that they're on the hook for. They're 11th in projected tax. So they've got money to spend. Like, it's not like they don't have money to spend. So should they sign Skubal to a long-term deal? Probably. He's 29 years old. He's coming up on the end of his contract. You know, he's got, this is the last year of, he's literally a free agent at the end of this year. So they don't do anything with him. Like, you're losing, it's all dead at this point. Yeah, Framber is your safety net. But if you're smart, if, you know, you sign him, you throw $40 million a year at him over the next 5 years and give him a $200 million contract for 5 years.
Sam, it's funny. I should have known that this was going to happen. I'm getting text messages from Astro fans. Hey, Framber's finally got, like, the Astro fans were a little pissed when he tied up their catcher, right?
I don't blame him.
Yeah. And it's funny. I'm trying to, I agree with you. Detroit, that division is both Central divisions, Sam, you and I have talked about it. They're wide open. So go in and take it, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, the only competition the Tigers have is the Guardians. And the Guardians are not like the greatest thing since sliced bread. They've got like 2 or 3 good players on them. Everyone else is, you know, above average. But, you know, Royals haven't really done much. The Tigers just made a splash. And they basically said, we're coming for the division title because we're not losing it by 2 games again and dropping out of first like we did last year.
Yeah, and I've talked to some Tiger fans, and the rumor on the street in Detroit, and again, I know nothing, is that their owner doesn't like to spend a lot of money. So for them to do this is a huge splash. And you and I mean, this will be fun. We can talk about some of these huge splashes
this Saturday on Around the Diamond. Make sure
exactly. I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
During 7 a.m. Pacific time. Because after this week, we will be off for 2 weeks, and then we will be back right before the start of spring training. So make sure you check us out this weekend and then in 2 weekends from now.
Yes.
What was the greatest thing since sliced bread before? Anything before sliced bread? Electricity.
I'm answering him right now.
I think it was electricity. They probably had, you know, before they were just chomping on the loaves of bread, and then electricity hit, and they were like, "Oh, we can make a knife now, so let's slice our bread."
So, Food and Fitted, that response I just gave was something that Sam texted me and asked me to put in there.
That is a total bull-faced lie, and I would never
I deny it. I do not. Okay. Sam, your boys, San Francisco just made a splash, or a little bit of one.
They made I wouldn't say it was like a huge splash. I would say they jumped in the kiddie pool and made that splash. And the reason why I'll say it was more of a kiddie pool splash than like a major splash is because it was a 1-year contract. But I think, and I would say they dove, I would not, actually, no, I'm going to take that back. They didn't dive into the kiddie pool. They dove into the shallow end of the adult pool. I think that's a better way of positioning it. What do you think? I think with the 2 signings, the shallow end of the adult pool is better than the kiddie pool.
Probably.
They definitely didn't dive into the deep end. Like, there's no way they dove into the deep end. But I'd say, like, the shallow, like, I'm saying, like, the 4 or 5 feet section where, like, you can make an immediate dive and, like, not crack your skull open.
Well, it's like the 3.5 section when it starts to go down the pool. Come on, Sam.
Yeah.
Tell me. Talk to me, Goose.
They signed, you know, the 2-year signing of Harrison Bader for, you know, $20.5 million. And then the Luis Arias signing for 1 year on a $12 million contract. I think these were two great signings. I truly. One, Harrison Bader has come out consistently over the last week since the signing and said this is where he wants to be. And I think that says a lot. And I think part of it is because his ties to the SEC, having played against Tony Vitello, having had a lot of friends that were on his team that have talked highly about him, the interactions he's had with Vitello. They didn't dive into the lazy river. I can walk into the lazy river. That's like dangerous territory. But I think for the Giants, getting Harrison Bader was a very smart strategic move on their end. And especially for the dollar value that they got him for. He's 31 years old and 8 months. So he'll be going into 32 right around the halfway point of the season. By the time the contract ends, he'll be 34. If he plays well and he likes San Francisco and he likes the way Tony Vitello is running the team and the cohesivity and the unity that he brings to it, I think then he'll maybe do another 2-year extension on it. It might be similar to the Hunter. You know what I look at Harrison Bader's contract being like? A Hunter Pence style contract. You know what I mean? You get a guy for a little bit, he proves himself, you sign him to a 4 or 5 year extension type of deal. I think that's going to be similar to Harrison Bader. And I think Harrison Bader has a lot of the same energy that Hunter Pence has. I've seen him play when he was playing in Philly, being that I live so close to it. Kid is strong. He's got a bat. He's a solid center fielder that's willing to throw his body at the wall and not care about the repercussions that are going to come from it. Solid, he's a solid hitter. He's averaging what? He's got, and like last year, he had a 4.49 slugging percentage, 347 OBP. Played over 146 games, started 122 of them, had 124 hits. I mean, kid can put bat to ball. When he gets the plate, he's got a good chance of putting pine on leather. And I think that's what the Giants need. And I mean, look, he had 17 home runs. As a right-handed hitter in San Francisco, that can be valuable for him because you have the wind coming off the bay pushing out to right. So that could be a huge, huge asset for him. Jung-Hoo Lee moving over to right field kind of solidifies that right corner. You got Elliot Ramos in that left corner. I am very happy with this move. I truly, truly am. And then real quick, you got the Luis Arias signing on a 1-year, $12 million contract.
Yeah.
I think for that one, it's more because he's kind of he's played around. And I think for him, it was more, he was in the Twins, then he was in Miami, then he was at San Diego last year. And we've talked about San Diego 1,000,001 times. The amount of personalities you have to deal with in San Diego is absolutely insane. It's just nuts. You have a lot of high personalities to deal with. All these guys are making an arm and a freaking leg. You could take, the top 3 guys on their team annually are making what Shohei makes in a year when you don't have deferred money. I mean, like, these guys, and I think for San Diego, they put their, like, those guys throw their weight around. They want to be the face of the team. And I'm not saying Luis Arias is going to come in and be the face of the team on this team. It's not going to be possible. But he is from a second baseman perspective, he is as solid as they come in second base. As solid as they freaking come. So I am really, truly pleased about this signing for the Giants. I think he's going to, he had 181 hits last year, 392 slugging percentage, he averaged just below a 3. You know, typically our second basemen over the last couple of years have averaged below a 2.5, below a 2.5 batting average. So you're getting a solid batting average. 1 in every 3 at bats, he's going to get a hit. I'm good with that. Like, if you're going to put Pine, again, you got to put Pine to leather and you got to get it in play. It doesn't always have to be a home run, but he's active on the base path. He had 11 stolen bases last year. I mean, look, he's not going to get, he's not going to have, Ellie De La Cruz 2 years ago stolen base counts, or Ronald Acuna 3 years ago stolen base counts, but he's willing to run the bases. I think this was a smart move by the Giants, and I think it was a smart move by Buster, saying, come in, test the waters. If you're playing really well, you like playing out here, we'll look to sign you to an extension as a long-term second baseman deal, because he's 28. He'll be 29 in the middle of the season.
Right.
Like, again, I think this was at the beginning of the season, correction. So I think, yes, this was a very smart move by Buster to go out, get a solid second baseman on a 1-year prove-it deal, and you prove it, you can either sign an extension with us, or you showcase your talent and you can go find a bigger contract somewhere else. But I don't think Buster is going to be in the position going into next year to let players that play really well walk on contract years. Yeah. He's not going to be a guy like Farhan that let players on contract years walk to not pay them.
Yeah, no, I agree. So I read something yesterday, or 2 days ago, I think it was, and I can't remember the source. It might have been MLB Network where they did a poll. It might have been ESPN. I can't remember what it was, but it had a statistical analysis of making the playoffs. And it said it had Pittsburgh at like 31% chance of making the playoffs and San Diego at 22%. San Diego less than Pittsburgh. What are your thoughts about that?
I think that was a technical error by someone at MLB.
Somebody got fired.
No, I mean, I would probably put both of their chances of making the playoffs at the same, and honestly, I'd probably put them closer to the San Diego number. That, what was it, 23%? 22%? Because San Diego really has no pitching. They don't.
Yeah.
Like, they've got hitters, but hitters don't win championships. Pitching wins championships.
Well, if Hugh doesn't retire, they've got Hugh. They've got Joe Musgrove coming back. They've got Michael King, who, if he stays healthy, can eat up some innings for you. I mean, they've got a decent pitching staff. It's just whether or not they stay healthy, right? And that's gonna be the key. I'm pulling up their roster right now. Their depth chart has Nick Pivetta, Joe Musgrove, Michael King, and then you got JP Sears. You've got a couple of other guys in there, but there's your top 3. And if Hugh Darvish sticks around, why not? Right. So, but they're going to be able to score some runs. I mean, let's be honest, Jake Cronenworth is not bad.
They will be able to score some runs, but again, as we've seen in years past, pitching is what wins championships.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. Hitting is not what wins championships. Hitting enough runs will get you the championship. That's a fact.
Offense sells tickets, defense wins games.
Exactly. And if you're not strong on the defensive side of the ball, don't matter how good your hitters are. It just doesn't. It becomes a moot point. It really does.
Right.
You could literally have a 1 to 9 that's putting up 30 home runs each a year. But if your pitching staff is in the bottom 30, if your pitching staff is 30 and your hitting staff is 1, you're probably coming out with a 500 record. Sorry.
Yep. Yep. Well,
No,
I mean,
it just is what it is.
baseball's a game of statistics, and as Kevin Costner said, as Billy Chappell, he says we count everything. Baseball's a game of statistics. So if your pitching staff, if your starting pitching can get you 45 wins, you're going to make the playoffs. If your starting pitching staff can get you above 50 wins, you're going to go deep into the playoffs. If your starting pitching staff can get you 60 or more wins, you're probably got a great shot to get some jewelry, because at the end of the day, that's just how it rolls, right? If your starting pitching staff only gets you 40 wins, even if you make the playoffs, by the time your bullpen, by the time you get there, the bullpen's so like taxed anyways, it won't matter.
Yeah. No, that's a fact. You like the teams that, and this was one of the things that I truly hated about the Gabe Kepler era, was that he had above average pitching and he relied too much on his bullpen when he was a Giants manager. He would literally have, like, unless you were Logan Webb, your starting pitchers were pitching 3 innings, getting through the rotation once, and he was going right to the bullpen. So your bullpen was pitching 6 out of the 9 innings of the game, and you can't do that. You just can't. You have to rely on your starters to go at minimum 5 innings. Like, as a starting pitcher, you have one job, and your job is to get through the 5th inning, and then hand the ball off to your bullpen. If you can go to the 6th inning, even freaking better. If you go in the 7th inning, you're more or less going to your setup man and your closer. And if you can go to your 8th inning, might as well complete the game, in my opinion. So, yeah, I think that, like you said, hitting fills the seats, pitching wins championships.
Okay, so now, Sam, before we talk about box breaking, before we talk about around the diamond, before we talk about, by the way, we're going to have a giveaway that we're going to do this week and it's really simple to enter into it. It's super simple. But Sam, I don't know if I told you this or not, but the Cleveland Guardians have done nothing, right? I mean, they have some bullpen issues.
They're riding Jose Ramirez.
They've got Jose Ramirez, but that's about it. I don't know if I told you this, but they actually sent me a 2-minute and 21-second clip of their spring training. They sent it to Top Fan Rivalry. Do you want to see it real quick?
Sure.
Oh my gosh, it's great. Let me see if I can make sure that I get. Let me see if I can get it right here. I'll play it for you right now.
Boy, darn, way to get in front of that ball. That's a ticket.
Dabu. Oh, garter snake. So, I mean, it was very kind of them to send me that video clip. I mean, it was very nice of them to send me that. I thought it was great. I mean, thank you so much. They were wearing the old school Indians jerseys. I get it, but they just said, "Hey, TFR, you're going to be on tonight. We want to make sure that you have a clip of our spring training." I said, "No problem." You were not expecting that, were you?
No, that's so good.
Okay, real quick, everybody. So you see a thing down at the bottom that says topfanrivalry.com/clubhouse. In the clubhouse, we have articles, we have different old podcasts, we have all kinds of fun stuff, and there will be adding more and more and more stuff in there. That being said, if you are not a clubhouse member right now, if you go in there at the end of this show, and by the way, if you're watching it on repeat, if you go in, we're going to keep this up for the next week. Anybody that joins the clubhouse tonight will be entered into a raffle to win a free pack of the 2026 Series 1 Topps baseball cards. So just one pack. All you got to do, it's free to sign up. So if you haven't done that, and go check it out. And so, Sam, as well as I do, you're a huge card collector, and as am I. And I do a lot of this stuff with Heads Up Sports Cards, your friend Mike, but we do a lot of box breaking. And Sam, tell me, is it not a good time? And is it not just awesome to know that you have cards coming every month?
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. And the 27 Outs Club that you have put together, it makes it so easy to get involved in box breaking. Super, get your card collection built up, very easily. $27 a month. You're guaranteed one team in the break every month. It's 2 breaks a month. So you could come out of this, anywhere between 15 to 30 cards, depending on the team that you get. And there's a ton of teams available that you can pick. And it's just a great time, and especially with what's coming within the next couple of days to get started with your box collection. And that's because Topps Series 1 for 2026 is upon us. And this is what us baseball fans and us card breakers live for. We live for the release of Topps Series 1 every year. So having this release come out, and not only it coming out, but being the 75th anniversary of Topps card breaking, is going to be unbelievable. The cards are going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see some of the Legends cards that come out of this.
Yes.
They're gonna be stellar.
So,
and let's not even talk about the autos that are going to come out of this.
Exactly. So if you go to topfanrivalry.com, at the top there, you'll see a thing that says TFR Breaks. If you click onto that, so here's the thing, Sam. This was super cool. A couple of breaks ago, it was actually kind of funny. So we had so for $27, you get your team that you select there for that 2 breaks for the month. We'll do additional breaks. We'll do other things in the month with other people. You get a $5 off coupon to use anytime throughout that month. And we'll ship it out to you at the end of each month. Plus, you're going to get access to other things that Top Fan Rivalry is doing, and more to come on that. So a couple of breaks ago, our friend Scotty, who has the Pirates and the Dodgers. Okay, Scotty's amazing, right? But he has the Pirates and the Dodgers. And so he wanted to buy a couple additional teams, because we have this thing called the Wheel of Success. So if you buy, 2 additional teams, they're usually $8 or $10. And if you got a $5 off coupon, that's awesome. But if you buy 2 additional teams, we'll usually put you in the Wheel of Success, and we'll spin a wheel live online, and we'll, show you whatever whoever wins, right? So Scotty wanted in the Wheel of Success, so he bought 2 additional teams. But he texted me the teams that he wanted, but at the same time that I was on a call, so somebody went in and bought one of the teams that he wanted before I saw the text. So I said, "Oh, Scotty, I got to give it to them." So it ended up being Chad, and it ended up being when we were breaking the Heritage box, ended up having a auto Reggie Jackson Orioles card. It was amazing.
It's unbelievable. I mean, look, the break you had last week, You called me from the road. You couldn't wait to call me from the road when I was away last week at a conference for work. And you said, Sam, you're never going to believe what came up. And I'm going to say, what's up? And he's like, who do we always talk about the first ballot Hall of Famer? First person that came to mind, if you watch ATD, if you don't, make sure you check it out because you joke about it all the time. It's first ballot Hall of Famer Brandon Belt. There's no question about it. This man's eligible. He's making it first round. He said it's not him, but who's the other guy we always say is a first ballot Hall of Famer? I said Brandon Crawford. No questions asked. He's also a first ballot Hall of Famer. Now, Brandon Crawford probably has a better chance of being a first ballot Hall of Famer than Brandon Belt. That's just transparency. But in my eyes, both first ballot Hall of Famers. What was I lucky enough to pull, or what was Bill lucky enough to pull for me out of the 27 out club box break? An autograph on-card auto of Brandon Crawford.
Yep.
I couldn't believe it. I was literally just giddy as I'm driving down the highway towards Atlantic City. So, this is why these box breaks are so impactful. If your team is available in the 27 Outs Club, make sure you are signing up at topfanrivalry.com. Join the 27 Outs Club. Again, it's $27 a month. It's guaranteed one of these teams available. It's guaranteed this team and 2 breaks every month by Top Fan Rivalry. You're also given a $5 locker room credit towards anything in the locker room store, and it also gives you that early access to purchase any additional teams that have not been purchased by a member of the 27 Outs Club.
100%.
Make sure if you are not a member, you sign up. If you want to see what it's like for the first time, make sure you just sign up for one. You can sign up day of and get one of the teams. There's a bunch of great teams out there. It's awesome. And on top of that, as Bill mentioned earlier, he has an amazing partnership with a close friend of ours, Mike from Heads Up Sports Cards. Mike is doing breaks all the time, not just in baseball. He's also doing them in football, hockey, soccer, WWE wrestling. Make sure you're checking that out. That's another great way that you can enhance and grow your collection. I have literally 2 stacks of baseball cards that I'm staring at right now that are autos, parallels, mem cards, 1-of-1s. These are coming out of these box breaks all the time. So make sure you are checking out topfanrivalry.com, join the 27 Outs Club. Make sure you're checking out Heads Up Sports Cards on Facebook, signing and joining any of the breaks that Mike is putting on a regular basis. You don't need a membership to join the Heads Up Sports Cards ones. You don't need a membership to sign up to join any of the TFR breaks.
No.
These are great time to get together with a bunch of people, get some great cards in, grow your collection, and who knows, these cards might be worth something in a couple of years.
And so one of the things that's cool about this is it's free cancellations too. So if you get it February and you don't want it in April, let's say you have it February and March, then you can cancel it in April. You can cancel it before it charges in April. But if it charges, then we'll give you the 2 breaks. It's not a big deal, right? So we're happy to do that.
The low price of $27 a month. What is that? 4 coffees you're going to buy in a week?
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, Sam, we need to get you to bed because it is late on the East Coast. I can't brag enough about Sam. His baseball knowledge is impressive. We will be right back here. Sam and I have another mutual friend that introduced us. And Sam and I have been doing Around the Diamond now this is our 3rd season that we're doing it. It's absolutely amazing. Sam, how many episodes have we done? 120?
We've done 125 or 126 episodes. We are close to having a full season's worth of ATDs.
Yeah. So we'll be right back here on X, YouTube, and Facebook on Saturday morning. We'll be right back here, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern time. If you want to be a guest on that because you have something that you want to say or you feel like there's something that needs to be talked about, let's do it. Reach out to Top Fan Rivalry on any one of our social networks. Reach out to us, send us a quick message, and or send an email, topfanrivalry@gmail.com. Send it to the general email box, and we'll take a look at it, and we'll make sure that we can get you on. Sam and I don't have a problem with getting any guest on of any team, and we are very excited. Sam, guess what next week is?
Before you go, Miguel Andujar from the Reds has signed a 1-year agreement with the Padres.
Okay, well, that's a step in the right direction, right? That's a step in the right direction.
So he's not going to bring big name personality.
Yep. Sam, next week is Valentine's week, so guess what?
What?
Guess what? Every single episode that we do of the podcast next week will be all ladies. Okay.
Love that. Love that.
As it sits right now, we have Rachel on Monday. As it sits right now, we have Lana and Alyssa on Tuesday, possibly Amori as well. We've got about 16 women that will be on, give or take, throughout the week. So Top Fan Rivalry is going to spread the love to the female fans, and they will be on the podcast all next week. So pay attention to that.
Make it happen, ladies.
Yep. And
tell us what real baseball stats are like.
Yes. Tomorrow, Brian Thacker, or I'm sorry, not Brian Thacker. I'm sorry, Brian Thrower, a Braves fan, is on the podcast, followed by Thomas Brown, our good friend Sam, who we haven't talked to a while, has a 1-year-old daughter now, and Thomas is going to be on Friday. So I want to thank Sam for stepping in on what normally would be a DWD/TFR night. Next week we will be right back here doing that. It sounds like we're going to have a special guest next week. Sam, I'll tell you about that offline after we're done. And for those that have been with us, we thank you so much for being on. Sam, any final thoughts?
No final thoughts for me. Thanks so much for letting me jump on here and talk baseball with you for close to the last hour. And as I like to do my sign off, we will see you on the field soon.
All right. Go Fight Win. Have a good one all. We'll see you Saturday. Sam and I will see you Saturday.